Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're tuning into AMTV, Alternative Media Television. It is of course Tuesday, June 3rd, 2014, and proving once again that we only have so much time left before the internet is no longer free, and it's totally and entirely decided by the control grid and mechanism that is the United States police state. The NSA says their use of facial recognition stays within legal boundaries. That's right, all the images that you post up of you, your family, your friends, your loved ones, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your sister, your brother, your children can and will be used against you and is being upheld by the NSA using this high-tech technology, facial recognition software to incriminate you and basically do with whatever they want with the data and information. Again, all of this leaked by Edward Snowden, proving the point of something that most of us intelligent truth seekers already knew, that the federal government, through these agencies, was already using this information against you. The NSA now upholding the legal boundary of collecting all of this data, specifically facial recognition and the photos that you post online with your family and friends. Also developing Secret Service software will detect sarcasm in social media users. That's right. This new software used by the global intelligence agencies like the NSA and CIA will be able to detect through their algorithm, I'm sure partnered with tech giants like Google and others, sarcasm in social media users based on what you tweet or what you Facebook. The Secret Service is purchasing software to watch users of social media networks in real time, according to contract documents. In a work order posted on Monday, the agency details information the tool will collect, ranging from emotions of internet users to old Twitter messages. Its capabilities will include sentiment analysis, influencer identification, access to historical Twitter data, of course, so they can use it against you in a court of law, ability to detect sarcasm, and heat maps. Kind of reminds me of the terrorism warning grid that the mainstream bullshit statist media puts out on a regular basis regarding terrorism, or graphics showing user trends by color intensity, agency officials say. Again, all of this a part of the mass Orwellian spy grid that makes up the United States government today. So far from what our founding fathers founded and actually picked up muskets to fight the redcoats off not too long ago. The U.S. revives group to fight homegrown extremists, officials say. Again, you're more likely to die from a bee sting or to be struck by lightning twice than you are die from a terrorist act. But the U.S. is saying that they're reviving and aiming to revive their fight of homegrown extremists. Again, all of this just useless, baseless justification for this Orwellian spy grid that makes up the United States government today, and this facial recognition software and the wiretapping of our phone lines and cell phone use, data collection of our text messages and other metadata, etc. The Fed's also actively collaborating with websites like Wikipedia so that they can improve Wikipedia's entries related to government publications. You see how this is censorship? This kind of looks like China or North Korea. The Fed's collaborating with a supposed independent source like Wikipedia to improve the entries related to government publications. It almost seems like we live in a totalitarian police state, doesn't it? Very interesting. The New York Times also reported earlier today, along with U.S. News, that independent journalist Ricin, ready to take fight to jail after a Supreme Court refusal. He says, I don't know what they're going to do, the Pulitzer Prize winner says, the famed journalist. New York Times reporter James Ricin's appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court was denied Monday, leaving the Pulitzer Prize winner facing a possible choice between jail and identifying a confidential source. See how the feds are putting pressure on independent journalists today? He's already made up his mind that he would rather go to jail. I've said many times, he told U.S. News immediately after the court declined to hear his case, he says he's disappointed by the court's decision. Some reporters and advocates hope justices would accept the case as an opportunity to clarify the court's murky 4-decades-old guidance about journalists' ability to shield and protect their sources. Ricin is fighting, of course, a May 2011 subpoena requiring him to testify in a criminal trial against Jeffrey Sterling, a former Central Intelligence Agency employee whom federal prosecutors say supplied a shocking scoop for Rison's 2006 book, State of War, The Secret History of the CIA and the Bush administration. So see how there's this censorship here in the United States, this pressure being put on independent journalists, the direct censorship of websites and supposed independent sources like Wikipedia. Again, this is just the start of a no longer free internet. We've been lucky to have a free internet up until this point. It's kind of been the Wild West, which has been a good thing, but now we're moving to totalitarianism here in the United States. Just like China, just like North Korea, just like what this guy here, see him like picking his nose, just like what this guy here warns us about and, provides warnings saying that those are totalitarian governments, yet they're doing the same thing here in the United States. Again, vowing to revive their fight against homegrown terrorists and extremists. Again, you're more likely to die from a bee sting or be struck by lightning twice as an excuse, again, for this new software that they're implementing that will detect sarcasm and heat maps, this artificial intelligence being used by the federal government, and their justification for things like the NSA illegal wiretapping of American citizens and officials overseas, as well as facial recognition software. All of this a part of big government, folks. All of this a part of Big Brother. All of this a part of the Orwellian spy grid that now makes up the U.S. government. And you know what's funny? No one gives a shit. Even Hollywood director Oliver Stone is going to make a thriller movie on the NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden, but Americans just don't care. They might see the movie, but they don't really give a shit. They're not going to do anything. They're still going to allow Obama to spy on them, use all this metadata against them in a court of law to build whatever narrative out of thin air that they want. They're going to allow all this shit to happen because they just don't care. We're all much too concerned, not you tuning in that's informed, but Americans are much too concerned with the latest poppy culture, Kim Kardashian's ass, and whatever else is the big story of the week. Total bullshit, and just proves the point of just how dumb Americans are. I'm Christopher Green. Get this video out everywhere, make it viral, hard-hitting it in your face, and click the link below to support our sponsor.